Is Nicholas Jackson's permanent move to Bayern Munich over? And could Semenyo be available in January? Let's talk about it. What is good, people? Welcome back to Behind the Dugouts. And got to be real, the news over this international break has been pretty dead. We're all waiting and raring to see Chelsea back in action, and we will be back in action this weekend against Burnley. It is the early kickoff. Stay tuned for my match preview on that one. But for the news, it's been pretty dead. Apart from the front of shirt sponsor Oracle, which looks pretty much set in stone now, there's not really been anything else. The boys out on international duty, showing everybody how it's done. Esteval scoring. Dustin Satpayev, young striker who we're yet to see in a Chelsea shirt, should be coming, I believe, in the summer. He's scoring against Belgium, 17-year-old, and even Malo Gusto is continuing his form and getting 2 assists for France. So in terms of international duty, players are doing really well. And hopefully they're going to come back with even more confidence so we can continue some good form after the break, because we know what games we've got coming up. But in terms of news, not much else. However, today we've had some interesting update on a particular player that basically controlled most of the summer transfer window. He was the talk of it, a big saga right up to the end, and that is Nicholas Jackson and Bayern Munich. And if you thought it was over, you were wrong. We've got some new information on it. But before we get into it, guys, you know what to do. Slap up the likes, get your comments in below, and if you are new around here, hit the subscribe button and join me behind the dugouts. Right, Jackson. Is his move to Bayern Munich going to be permanent? That's the talk. 65 million. That's what we're looking. We've got a hefty loan fee. Things were looking good in terms of the money we were going to make. I think he pretty much set his bed, laid in it over the saga towards the end where he refused to come back. His agent made a bit of a muppet out of himself. Let's be real. It wasn't looking good from either side, the player's camp or the player. Bayern Munich, of course, one of their presidents come out and said, Jackson, permanent deal's only going to be possible if he makes 40 starts. Other than that, it's not going to happen. Blah, blah, blah. We just thought it was a bit of a smokescreen because they weren't happy that they got fleeced for the big loan price. Well, more's come out, and this is what's been said. Bayern have no intention to trigger Nicholas Jackson's buy option at the moment. Well, I can't say I'm surprised on this, to be honest. Bayern Munich have been saying this kind of thing since he signed for them on loan. As soon as he was there, foot in the door, they were coming out, he's not going to hit the 40-game mark, so the obligation to buy won't be triggered. Now it's coming out even further. They have no intention to make this move permanent. They definitely have a way of making players feel like they're wanted. I'm not going to lie. For Nicholas Jackson, if he's seeing this stuff, if it's getting back to him, which I'm sure it will in some sense, it's not good for him, for his mental state. It's not good for him, to make him feel welcome at the club, which can affect his performance. And at the end of the day, we want him performing well to get that move, to get those finances in so we can go out and reinvest. I think the Nicholas Jackson and Chelsea time is over. I think even if he does come back, he will be going somewhere else, whether it be on loan or if he's going to be sold. And again, it's going to be for the right price. They're not going to take peanuts for him. But I do think that is over. I would have liked Jackson to have stayed. We could have definitely have used him this season when we got all the injuries. He would have been a much better player to bring on off the bench or start games than, a Tyreek George, who's a left winger playing out of position, or having to bring Mark Gue back from loan from Sunderland, which is really going to hinder his development now. So we could have used Nicholas Jackson, but that's not going to happen going forward, and it doesn't look like the Bayern Munich thing is going to happen either. Love to get your thoughts on this. Has it been a wasted move for us? Do you think this was ever going to be a possibility, or was it just a season for Bayern to tick over until they found who they actually wanted? Get your thoughts in the comments below. Now moving on to a more interesting topic in terms of a player that may potentially be on the market that we could be looking at. Semenyo from Bournemouth. He has a release clause. He has a £65 million release clause that can be triggered in January. This is the latest on Semenyo's situation. David Ornstein reports Bournemouth may be powerless to prevent Antoine Semenyo's sale in January. This contract does include a £65 million release clause, and this is available to all clubs but must be triggered by a set date so Bournemouth can get time to replace. And it applies again in the summer but at a lower price. So Chelsea, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? Look, Semenyo is a top winger, top player, and has been doing it in the Prem season after season. I think he's got like 9 goal involvements already this season, 11 games in, 6 goals, 3 assists. Last year, finished on about 16 goal involvements in a Bournemouth side, which, let's be real, they are playing some really good football. Areola's got them playing in a superb way, top side. And I'm not surprised. You know, teams are sniffing around this player. You've got all the top clubs looking at him. The Liverpools, the Arsenals, Uniteds, the Tottenhams. They are all sniffing around this player because of the quality that he does possess. He's quick. He's strong, physical. He's got a shot of him. He provides assists. He does everything you want in a winger. And he's been doing it for quite a few seasons. So he brings you that experience. And he's young. I think he's like 23, 24. So the question is, should we be going in for this kind of player? And my answer is yes. Yes, we should. And I know you've got the Quendas coming in. We've just bought Garnacho, Gittins, we've got Esteval, Pedro Neto. We've got a lot of wingers. But we need more in terms of goal involvements. We need experience to help these younger players adapt, develop into this league. And Semenyo has been doing it for season after season now. So he's got the experience. He fits in the age bracket. He'll fit in the wage structure. His price, for me, 65 million release clause, isn't that expensive to me for this kind of player. So yes, I believe we should be in the mix. And don't get me wrong, it's going to be difficult, especially if we're going to be going up against the likes of Liverpools and the Arsenals. Because what's going to happen is you're potentially going to get, you know, in a bidding war for wages, whoever's going to offer him the most wages is probably going to be the one that he's going to go with. Maybe even offering a bit more on top of the release clause to try and sweeten Bournemouth's hands. That's what could happen when you've got multiple clubs going in. But we have had experience of beating other clubs to players that they want, just like us. So it's not out of the realms of possibilities. But I do think if the opportunity's there, this is another one, I believe, one of those market opportunities that the club loves so much. This is an opportunity to go and take if we can. But we'll see. I'm hoping with the likes of Dave Fallows coming in, this is the type of player that we'll be looking at. I am leaning that they're probably going to miss out on this one and go and get another youngster. I'm hoping that's not going to be the case. Put your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think we should be going for Semenyo, or do you think we'd be better off going for somebody else? Let me know in the comments below. But for now, guys, that is all from me. If you are enjoying the content, smash up the likes, subscribe if you're new, and I will catch you all in the next one. Peace.